What's up? The topic of the night is Killer Mike. Did Killer Mike kill it at the Revolt Summit 2019? Because that's what everybody telling me. And I want to agree. But the more I think about it, Killer Mike didn't kill a goddamn thing. I know y'all want me to get to the part where he went off. Okay, well, let's point out some things. First, at the beginning of it, we didn't watch that part. I was more focused on T.I. and Candace for everybody to be like, you should have played this part, or what about this part, or what. I wasn't doing the whole thing. I was doing one motherfucking topic. You know what I'm saying? All of these motherfuckers is bozos. At the beginning, he tells you, you need leverage. You need to start hunting and fishing and trades. And the motherfucker did not one time mention anything about farming. No agriculture. Like, you can't, hunting and fishing, that it ain't gonna get you leverage for shit. Taking control of your food source is gonna get you leverage. But we gonna move on past that, because y'all don't never want to hear that shit anyway. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about the part where he stole Candace's answer to T.I. You might say he didn't know she was going. He knew she was going to say that because he watches her. He watches all these people talk about politics and then he mimics them. Everything he said that y'all loved came from Yvette Carnell and Tone Talks. Now, why didn't he remember the part when Candace was talking and the people in the crowd was getting loud, and then he went on this big ass rant about how y'all just need to shut the fuck up and listen and get the message? Why didn't he do that to T.I. when T.I. wouldn't let her get her statement out? Why? Because he already knew her answer. We've watched Candace Owens answer that exact question before a number of times. Yes, other people are asking that question. For the record, make America great again. Did y'all know? Like she said, Reagan used it. Let's make America great again. He was never asked that question. When was it great? Slavery? Did y'all know in 2008, Hillary Clinton used Let's Make America Great Again in a bunch of her speeches? I know y'all voted for Obama then, but then you turn around in 2016 and you're voting for her. Did anybody ask her what Make America Great Again mean? What era? No. Now, Killer Mike went off. The part that everybody loved about Killer Mike was when he said, what you're listening to is people argue about whose master is better. Yeah. Do we forget, like, how fast do we forget at the beginning of the summit? He threw his master out there. Bernie's my guy. I guess y'all he's speaking the truth from everybody else that ain't gonna rock with Bernie. And then he gonna ride with Bernie. Y'all gonna vote for Bernie because he ride with Bernie. So he throwing his master out there and then telling y'all, we need to get away from master. But he won't get away from master. This is his logic. This is Massa. We need to get away from him, but he won't get away from Massa. In fact, he will let you know, Bernie is my guy. But he killed it. We need to burn down both of their houses. Do you know? We know. It's metaphorically. Do you know A white person wouldn't have got away with that statement. That's domestic terrorist talk. But it was metaphoric. Listen, man, let me tell y'all about these dudes. T.I., Killer Mike, Tamika, the other chick that was pushing for Trump, even Candace, she pushing for Trump. But the thing about Candace, she will push for Trump. But what she takes every stage she goes to speak on, what she takes with her is the more important thing we need to look at. And that is, what's the biggest problem with us? Fatherless homes. Don't nobody want to hear the shit, though. Nobody want to hear the shit. Killer Mike ain't killed a goddamn thing. Yeah, what he said was good, but it's not matching with what he was doing. If you really want to know what type of clown this nigga is, y'all need to go watch, what's that shit? Netflix, Trigger Warning, his show on Netflix. This nigga's a fucking clown. And they got this nigga on stage talking to y'all about politics. And of course he know what to say, because he been watching everybody talk about politics, and he gonna mimic every fucking thing they did. He gonna say it like they said. If any of y'all watch Yvette Carnell or Tone Talks, you know that shit was verbatim. He just took the shit that they said, the template, and he just used it. He took what Candace was going to say, because he watched her too, and he just used it. Never jumped out there to tell T.I., man, let her talk. Which is very annoying. Look, when you start a point, because that's happened to me. Because T.I. hit her with, you started with some bullshit not even knowing where her point was going. And I had this issue. I was on the phone with a white woman, and she was trying to tell me how the shoot 'em up game, video games, is the reason all these mass shootings is happening. These kids is learning this shit from the video games. I'm telling her, these kids know that shit is fantasy. So what I go to make a point, and I start out with saying, okay, most of the country is white people. Most of the people buying these games are white people. She stops me. Why does it gotta be about race? It ain't about race. I'm getting to my point. Well, it gotta be, and then I had to sit here and listen to this motherfucker for 30 minutes talk about how everything's not about race. All the same shit that you hear me say on my channel, I had to sit here and listen to this motherfucker say it. Never got an hour into the goddamn conversation, never got my point across, because you want to be stuck on the beginning of what the fuck I was saying, just like T.I. did Candace. But my point was going to be, mostly white people, mostly white kids are buying all these shoot 'em up games. So where, if this is what's causing all the mass shootings, where is the spike in whites going to prison? To mirror what you're saying. That would have been my point. Because we all know, we look at these mass shootings on TV and all this shit, but we know most of the mass shootings is happening in the hood. They just not classified as mass shootings. And they have nothing to do with any fucking video games. The video game, but that was my point. I never got to get to it, just like Candace never got to get to her point, because T.I. is a ratchet bitch. You know what I'm saying? And Killer Mike just took it and ran with it, and he gonna sound good. This motherfucking fat clown. Y'all can ride with that shit if y'all want to. Y'all can ride with that shit if y'all want to. These people, they charlatans, man. This is what they do. They're trained charlatans. It's what they're here to do. The music careers turned into trash. So they get their training to go talk politics and social justice issues. And they turn around and do it. But if you watch that trigger warning, and if you think Killer Mike ain't no motherfucking clown from that trigger warning, then something might be wrong with you. Because that shit was just idiocracy. But that's it. I ain't got a lot of time. I got some shit to do around the house. We'll probably talk about it later. I don't know. Ain't no fucking live streams happening. No, it is.